ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। You can repeat after me now. कर्माणि कति विधानि सन्ति इति चेत् Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you can repeat now. कर्माणि कति विधानि सन्ति इति चेत्
कर्माणि
You will be having the text with you.
कर्माणि कति विधानि सन्ति चेत्
आगामि संचित प्रारब्ध भेदेन त्रिविधानि सन्ति।
आगामि संचित प्रारब्ध भेदेन त्रिविधानि सन्ति.
Not sandhi.
Yeah, सन्ति.
It is sandhi. Okay, fine. You can mute your mic now. So this was the last sentence we were discussing in the previous class. Karmani kati vidhani santi iti chet agami sanchita prarabdha vedhena trividhani santi. There are three types of karma. Karma means karma phala. For our karma, three types of karma phala. Three types means in terms of the time of fructification. There are three types of karma phala. Karmani, that is karma phalani, trividhani santi. The three types is only based on the time of fructification of our karma phala. What are the three types? Agami, sanchita, prarabdha. First, let us understand what agami is. Someone has doubt on this, so we'll first understand what agami karma phala is. Agami is that karma phalam which is going to come. Karma phala which is going to come for the karma which we have done in this Janma itself. The karma what we have done in this Janma, the karma phala is going to come. That is agami karma. Sanchita is what one has accumulated over a long period of time. That is sanchita. Prarabdha is what is right now fructifying. The karma phala, what you are right now enjoying daily. That is prarabdha. So this Janma which we have taken, in which we are supposed to enjoy certain experiences in the form of sukham, dukkam, whether that sukha dukkha it is related to body or mind or whatever it may be, it is prarabdha. It is prarabdha karma. Understand that in this Janma, starting from the birth and up to the final departure, the death, whatever karma phala which this body, mind, senses has to undergo, that karma is called prarabdha. In fact, prarabdha, because of prarabdha, this Janma has happened, and the karma phala is going to fructify over this Janma, this particular period of Janma. Whatever experiences you gain, that is prarabdha karma. That is the karma with which you are born. You take birth. So that is called prarabdham. Suppose a person is born blind. Is a born blind person. Why? Because it is because of his prarabdha karma. A person is born with certain congenital inability. Why? Because it is prarabdha. One person is born in a rich family, the other person is born in a very poor family. One person is born in a cultured, educated family, the other person is born in an uncivilized family. One person is born in India, the other person is born in Somalia. Why? It is prarabdha. Here, you must understand that we are explaining the reasons for certain things by the concept of karma. We are explaining where we are giving the reasons through the concept of karma. So it doesn't mean that we should look down upon people who are born with certain inability or born in a poor family or born in an uncivilized family. It doesn't mean that. If a person is poor or born blind, we should not say it's all your Purva Janma karma. It's all your Purva Janma karma and you have to pay for what you have done before. Therefore, you must undergo the sufferings. Nobody can help you. Even God cannot help you. We should not say like that. Here, we are giving some reasons for the experience of Sukham and Dukkham through the concept of karma. The reasons what we give, it can be intellectually accounted for the differences what we perceive in the world. Poor, rich, healthy, unhealthy, intelligence, dullness. So you see the differences, the vast difference, the extreme differences in the world. How do you account for all those things? It's because of one's prarabdha. So if it is the prarabdha of the people, let it be. But you have a choice to help them. If you can help them. If a child could not pursue its education because of poverty, instead of saying it is your karma, you can financially support them. And you grow by helping them. You become an instrument in the hands of Bhagavan to change their prarabdha. Maybe you become an instrument to change their prarabdha. We don't know. Therefore, This is an important thing to be understood. When anyone suffers, either physically or mentally, don't say to them, it is all your prarabdha. That is very being rude. Though we are reaping the results of prarabdha karma, it is only for our understanding and acceptance we are giving the reasons to the concept of karma. Therefore, I am getting only for what I did before. My prarabdha karma, which is fructifying now, is the reaction for my previous action, which I must accept without any grumbling. Bhagavan, without any partiality, he allots my karma at the right time, whether it is good or bad. That karma, what I did before, it's karma phala, it fructifies at the right time. Whether it is good or bad, there is no good or bad, it is our interpretation. But in the eyes of Bhagavan, it is not. So that is prarabdha karma. When prarabdha is understood, now when you are enjoying your prarabdha, not only you enjoy prarabdha, but you also do a lot of karma in the whole given span of life. From the time of birth until the time of death, a lot of things, a lot of karma phala which you enjoy, it is because of your prarabdha, and while enjoying prarabdha, you also do a lot of karma. Suppose if I live up to 80, 85 years, let us say, in that span of life, in addition to enjoying my prarabdha karma, I also do a lot of karma. It is not that I only enjoy the results of prarabdha throughout the given span of life. It is not like that. I have free will. Bhagavan has given me purushartha. He has given me buddhi, the excellent faculty which no other being has. So using my buddhi and using my purushartha, free will, I do both righteous and unrighteous action. Dharmika, adharmika karma I do because of my free will. So while enjoying prarabdha, we also do dharmika karma and adharmika karma. And those karmas which also give its corresponding phalam in the form of sukham and dukkham. So those karma phalam, either you may enjoy in this life itself, or it may carried over to the next janma. It depends on the type of karma. It depends on the intensity of karma. The karma, what you do because of your purushartha, the free will, while enjoying prarabdha karma, that karma phala, it may fructify in this life itself, or it may fructify in the next janma, or it may be carried over to the next janma. All that depends on the type of karma we do, the type and the intensity of karma. So therefore, we are all earning karma every moment. We are all earning karma every moment. It could be either punyam or papam. So those punya and karma can be enjoyed by ourselves now. It depends on the type of karma, or it can be carried over to the next janma. Suppose while walking on the road, you see an old cow. Seeing the old cow, you have sympathy. Now, you give banana and rice and jaggery to the cow. It is a punya karma. You are doing a seva to the cow. So it's a punya karma, and it gives punya phalam. And to reap that punya phalam, you need not wait for the next janma. It is a simple punya karma we have done, and that for that karma, the phalam may fructify in the form of a favorable situation immediately also. Suddenly, when you think something will not happen, it will happen. that punya karma what you did, it fructifies in the form of a favorable situation for you in this life itself. That too immediately it can happen. Similarly, when you walk or drive, we trample on a lot of things. Insects are there. We trample on it, and that too if you live in a place like the ashrama, you cannot avoid it. When you walk, you have to trample on a lot of insects. That is done unintentionally. You will not walk on it deliberately, but they get caught under your feet and die. So it is papam. It is papam only. That karma, though it is done unintentionally, but still it caused pain and death to the being. Therefore, it is papam only. And that papam will give its result. You may not get death sentence or naraka for that papam, but it has its phalam. And that phalam fructifies in the form of unfavorable situation immediately itself. You need not wait for the next janma. Even a small mosquito bite is a result of papa karma. So when there are so many people, why mosquitoes selectively bite me alone? It may be papam, a small papam. So our papa karma, it fructifies in the form of a mosquito bite. So whether it is small or big action, it will have its results and it will fructify. And we do a lot of karma while living, and therefore it will have its result. They are called agami karma, which one must undergo. Understand what agami is. While living, we perform a lot of karma, and those karma will have its karma pala, and that karma pala is called agami karma, which we have to experience. If the person is a ajnani, he must undergo. There is no question of ajnani not enjoying the agami karma. Suppose if any agami karma an ajnani has not enjoyed in this life, then that karma will be added to its accumulated karma in his account. What is that accumulated karma? Called sanchita karma. All these agami karmas, if the person has not undergone in this life, it will be added to the sanchita karma and it will remain in his account. Sanchita is that karma which has not yet fructified. It is in your account. It is your balance. So the agami karma which have not been experienced by the jiva in this life, and that will be added to the sanchita. It will go back to your account. So it will become sanchita. So now it will be clear to you all what agami is and what sanchita is. And from sanchita, which is the total karma from which a jiva which is going to take birth, a new janma, it brings a portion of karma to this life, which is called prarabdha. And while enjoying prarabdha, again the jiva does a lot of karma which brings its result, and they are called agami karma, which the jiva either enjoys in this life itself or carries over to the next life. That depends on the type of karma, and those karma pala will be added to the sanchita. Therefore, an ajnani will have three karmas. There is no question about it. I hope it must be very clear now. And now we are studying these three karmas for a jnani, a jivan mukta. So please don't confuse with ajnani karmas. We have discussed the three types of karma in general, and now we are discussing karma specific to a jivan mukta. If a jiva has got these three types of karma, what will happen for a jivan mukta? What will happen to those karma. So if a person becomes a Jivan Mukta, the person becomes a Jnani. That is the context. And for that, we should know what Agami, what Sanchita, what Prarabdha. That is what we have discussed till now. Okay, now you can repeat after me. Agami karma kim.
Agami karma kim.
Jnanotpatti anantaram.
Jnanotpatti anantaram.
Jnani deha kritam.
Jnani deha kritam.
Punya papa rupam.
Punya papa rupam.
Karma yadasti tat agami ityabhidhijate.
Karma yadasti agami karma.
Not so difficult to read. Jnanotpatyantaram jnani deha kritam punya papa rupam karma yadasti tat agami ityabhidhijate. Okay, fine. So now, whatever karma a jnani does after jnana utpatti. Here we are talking about the agami karma of a jnani, Jivan Mukta. We are not talking about the agami karma of a ajnani. Understand?
Yes.
So we are talking about the agami karma of a jnani. Please mute your mic. Okay. So jnana utpatti anantara. So whatever karma jnani does after jnana utpatti, after he gets jnanam, the karma phalam of those all actions in the form of punya papa is called agami karma. The karma phalam in the form of punya papa for the karma which a jnani does after jnana utpatti is called agami. I'm just giving the meaning of the sentence. The context is we are discussing about agami with respect to a Jivan Mukta. Now, what is agami? The Vispatti is agachati iti agami. That which comes, that is called agami. A jnani, who is a jnani? A jnani is one who has jnana. Yes, the jnana. A jnani, he has no sense of doership. Kartritva. Kartritva buddhi is not there for jnani. Because he identifies himself with Atma. Atma is all pervasive and is one with Brahma. Therefore, jnani doesn't have kartritva. Kartritva buddhi is not there for jnani. Since jnani doesn't have kartritvam, therefore there is no bhoktritvam. Only when there is a kartritvam, there will be bhoktritvam. Only when I do karma, when I know that I am the karta of this karma, then I will aspire to be a bhokta of that karma phala. But I am not a karta. Then how can I be a bhokta? When I identify myself to be Brahmatma, one with Brahma, then I am not a karta. Then how can I be a bhokta? Since a jnani doesn't have kartritvam, therefore no karma phalam in the form of either drishta phalam or adrishta phalam will touch it. It will not touch a jnani. Therefore, the karma done by a jnani after the arisal of knowledge, which is called agami karma, a jnani doesn't have agami karma. Because since jnani doesn't have kartritvam and no karma phala can be accrued to the jnani, therefore a jnani doesn't have agami karma. We discussed about this in the previous class. I told you a story also. So you can connect it and remember. Now, sanchita karma. Sanchita karma kim. You can repeat.
Sanchita karma kim.
anantakoti janmanam
अनन्तकोटि जन्मनां
बीजभूतं सत्
बीजभूतं सत्
यत् कर्म जातं
यत् कर्म जातं पूर्वार्जितं
तिष्ठति तत् सञ्चितं ज्ञेयम्
तिष्ठति सत् सञ्चितं ज्ञेयम्.
Okay. I don't know why there's so much of noise when you unmute your mic. Anyway, Sanchitam karma kim anantakoti janmanam bijabhutam tat yat karma jatam purvajitam tishtati tat sanchitam gneyam. This also we discussed in the previous class. That karma which is in the form of a bija, seed, and that is collected from anantakoti janmanam, collected from countless crores of birth. It is called sanchitam. It means sanchita is in the form of a seed. It means it is yet to be fructified. When prarabdha is being exhausted, the sanchita, the balance will be there in your account. It is yet to be fructified. What are those sanchita? Who collected those sanchita? You collected those sanchita karma. Samyak chitam sanchitam. Those karmas are all well collected by you. Purvajitam, collected before. Karma jatam is the whole bundle of karma, both drishtam and adrishtam. It is there in your account. It is yet to be fructified. That is called sanchitam. And the results of karma, which was done in anantakoti janma, that storage of karma, which are not yet fructified and waiting to be fructified, it is called sanchitam iti gneyam. Therefore, what is in store as sanchita, nobody knows. Nobody can have the knowledge of what sanchita is. And sanchita karma has got every possibility. There is every possibility for every janma. Every janma, I mean, any janma we can take. From cockroach, from amoeba, from mosquito to man, any janma is possible because of the combination of different karma. All the possibilities are there in the sanchita karma. Therefore, when we get a Manushya Janma, we must do a lot of Punya Karma so that we can move forward. And those Punya Karma, it creates favorable situations even for moksha. Therefore, collect a lot of Punya Karma and reduce Papa Karma. That is, so that the next Janma will be favorable for our pursuit. When Sanchita being a combination of different karmas done in different lives, so doing a lot of Punya Karma, maybe Bhagavan may be gracious to give a suitable Janma in the next birth, so that out of Sanchita, a portion of good karma may fructify by the grace of Bhagavan, and that will help us to move forward in the pursuit of moksha. So, therefore, a lot of Punya Karma to be done. Punya Karma we have to collect. Karma Chitan, Punya Karma Chitan, Rikshulokan, Punya Karma Chitan. Okay. Now, this also we have discussed Sanchita Karma. Now we can move to the next one, Prarabdha Karma. You can repeat after me. Prarabdham Karma Kim Iti Chet.
प्रारब्धं कर्म किमिति चेत्
Idam Shariram Utpadya
इदं शरीरम् उत्पाद्य
Iha Loke Eva
इह लोके एव
Sukha-dukkadi Pradam Yat Karma
सुखदुःखादिप्रदं यत् कर्म
Tat Prarabdham.
तत् प्रारब्धम्.
Okay. Idam Shariram Utpadya Ihaloke Eva Sukha-dukkadi Pradam Yat Karma Tat Prarabdham. Ihaloke means in this world. Idam Shariram Utpadya. creating this body, Sukha Dukkha Pradam, Yate Karma, Sukha Dukkha, etc. What is etc.? The combination of Sukha Dukkha and all the pairs of opposites which are the form of the other Sukha Dukkha and other possibilities. Shita, Ushna, everything. That's also Sukha Dukkha only. Sukha Dukkha Adi Pradam. The combination of Sukha and Dukkha. That is called Adi. Sukha Dukkha Adi Pradam. Yate Karma. That karma which gives pleasure and pain is called Prarabdham. So I told you last class, instead of Eva there is another reading. Evam also it is there. Evam Sukadi Sukhadukkadi Pradam Yate Karma. So Evam Sukhadukkadi Pradam Yate Karma. It means the karma which gives direct experience of pleasure and pain. That is Prarabdham. In this Janma itself, Igaloke, in this world, Idam Shariram Utpadya, having created this body, Sukhadukkadi Pradam Yate Karma. The karma which gives direct experience of pleasure and pain. That is called Prarabdham. Prak Arabdham Prarabdham. Prak means that which has started. When? At the time of birth. So Prak Arabdham Prarabdham. Prak Arabdham which has already started. So the karma which we are reaping now, that is Prarabdham. We are born with a particular parentage. It is Prarabdha karma. We are born at a particular day, particular time, particular place. That is Prarabdha karma. We have got a particular qualification, the person as a partner, that is Prarabdha. So every day your Prarabdha karma, in fact, it unfolds and gives you the result. So therefore, we don't know what Prarabdha karma is going to manifest today. Nobody knows. At the same time, we also have free will. So we exercise our free will and do karma, which can sometimes add to our Prarabdha or delete some Prarabdha. It depends. It depends on the intensity of Prarabdha karma. If your Prarabdha karma is very weak, then using your free will and by doing some prayaschitta karma, you can nullify it. If your Prarabdha karma is so strong, it is beyond your free will or it is beyond any karma, prayaschitta karma, then you cannot nullify it. You have to undergo. Maybe by some prayer you can reduce the intensity, but it cannot be avoided. Therefore, Prarabdha karma accounts for all the pleasure and pain experiences. It is Prarabdha which has caused this body. So what is responsible for this body is Prarabdha. It is Prarabdham alone which gives us Sukha Dukkha situation in life. In fact, karma cannot give you Sukham or Dukkham. Karma, it cannot give you. What it can give you, Sukha Dukkha, is the pleasant and unpleasant situation. That's what the karma creates. So here, one point is to be noted. In our life, in this life, what we experience is not pure Prarabdham. Because Agami is also possible. Agami is also possible while enjoying Prarabdham. While enjoying Prarabdham, we do karma out of our free will, and that karma can also bring its result. So therefore, along with Prarabdha, Agami is also possible. I can do a particular type of action which can produce result here itself. So when I reap a result, either it is born of my effort here, which is Agami, producing immediate result, or it has come without any effort on my side. It is Prarabdham, possible. So, we cannot decide the result of any karma whether it is because of Agami or Prarabdha. It could be anything. If I get a result without much effort on my side, then I can say it is my prarabdha. If the result is accomplished because of your effort, then we can say my effort and agami. I have applied my free will and buddhi and put. I have done enough homework, I got the result. It could be agami. So where effort is involved, it could be agami. Otherwise, prarabdha. Or it can be a mixture of both agami and prarabdha. Suppose if I put only 10% effort and I got 50% result, 50% extra result, then that must have come from prarabdha. Suppose you put a lot of effort, but your prarabdha doesn't function in favor of you. It doesn't favor you. So the prarabdha comes in the opposite direction. And what happens? You incur loss. Therefore, we can never determine the results of our karma phala. Even our efforts, our prayatam also are influenced by this prarabdha, positive and negative prarabdha. Therefore, our efforts cannot, by our effort alone, we cannot achieve the result. Ishvara's grace in the form of prarabdha karma, which also matters. That is why we do prayer before starting any task. So we know only our efforts. We know only our prayatam, and we never know what type of prarabdha will manifest, what type of prarabdha will bring the result. So if our efforts fail, then we can infer it is negative prarabdha. It is like you swimming against the current. When you swim against the current, you don't make any progress. In fact, you are pulled back because the stream is in the opposite direction. Or it could be other way also. For a little of your effort, you get tremendous result. For a little effort, you get a lot of result. So therefore, the prarabdha can be inferred only after the result. It can be never known by us before. So that is what prarabdha is. So up to now, the author has defined the three types of karma phala: prarabdha, sanchita, agami. Now, the author will talk about what is going to happen to these three types of karmas of the jnani. An ajnani, whether it is a jnani or ajnani, both will have these three types of karma. And ajnani, he has to undergo the three types of karma phala, there is no question. Now, what will happen to these three types of karma for a jnani? That is the question. And that is what is author going to discuss now. An ajnani has to complete his prarabdha. There is no question about it. And when the prarabdha is fructified totally, an ajnani will die. Then the agami karma of ajnani, it goes to sanchitam. And from the sanchitam, a portion comes as prarabdha, and again the ajnani takes a new body. So that is how the cycle of ajnani goes on and on. The samsara cycle goes on and on for a jnani. So now we are going to discuss for a jnani. So understand, now we are not discussing what will happen to an ajnani. We are going to talk about a jnani. What will happen to the three karmas of the jnani? For a jnani, for a jivan mukta, prarabdham will continue. The karma which has already started fructifying, it will continue. But the sanchitam and agami will not affect him. That is what is going to be said. So you can repeat after me. Bhogena nashtam bhavati.
Bhogena nashtam bhavati.
Prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshayaha iti.
Prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshayam iti.
Prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshayaha bhavati. You can mute your mic now. Prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshayaha bhavati. Iti jnaninam prarabdha karma bhogena nashtam bhavati. See, Jnaninam Prarabdha Karma. The Prarabdha Karma of a Jnani, it gets exhausted only by experience. By experience alone, the exhaustion of Prarabdha Karma takes place. The exhaustion of Prarabdha. Bhogat eva kshayaha. Bhogat only by experience. Eva only by experience. Kshayaha, the exhaustion of Prarabdha happens. And this holds good for a Jnani as well as an Ajnani. Both. Prarabdha, both have to undergo. Both have to exhaust the Prarabdha. There is no question about it. And there are different Jnanis. Different Jnanis are there, and their lifespan is not the same. One Jnani may have longer life, another shorter life. So the difference in the lifespan is due to Prarabdha. Acharya Bhagavad he lived only for 32 years. And Swami Vivekananda, he lived only for 39 years. And Paramacharya, a great Jnani, he lived for 100 years. So their lifespan is different. Some Jnanis have healthy body, while others, they don't enjoy a healthy body. Some Jnanis, they have all comforts in life, all comforts, and they are active in life. And some Jnanis, they are aloof and they live in the forest. So it's all due to the difference in their Prarabdha. If Jnanis, they are also going to have suffering and pain like me, then what is the use of Vedanta study? This question may come. If Jnanis have to undergo the Prarabdha Karma like me, an Ajnani, then what is the use of Vedanta study? Why should I study Vedanta? My problem is not going to be solved. Therefore, why should I pursue Vedanta? No, that is not correct. A Jnani seems to suffer, but a Jnani don't suffer, he doesn't suffer really. Because the Jnani's attitude towards Prarabdha will be different from an Ajnani. Ajnani identifies with body, and therefore he says, I am old, I am sick, I am dark, and all this, and all the definitions of himself with regard to the body, mind, senses, it is there for Ajnani. Whereas for Ajnani, is not considering himself to be the body. His body is as much an object as any other object. He is totally objective towards the body. A Jnani is Sharira Traya Vilakshanaha, is different from all the three bodies. Sthula, Sukshma, Karna, Shariram. He is Atma, he is Satchidananda Swarupaha. And therefore, Prarabdha can affect only his body, not Atma. I identify with my body and I suffer when the body suffers. Whereas a Jnani is Asanga, is free from any association with the body. Therefore, his vision is different. His vision of Prarabdha, undergoing the experience of Prarabdha, is different from an Ajnani. If you identify with the body, with the conditions of the body, then you will get affected. Whereas a Jnani is Asanga. Since he is Asanga, identifying himself with Brahma, he accepts Sukham and Dukkham as a part and parcel of life. He just goes through the Prarabdham without any grumbling. Therefore, the attitude of Karma Phala, the attitude towards enjoyment of Karma Phala of a Jnani is different from an Ajnani. Though they seem to suffer, but the Jnanam makes a difference. And therefore, even for a Jnani, Prarabdham continues to exist until it is exhausted by Anubhava, by experience. Understand this Shariram. This Shariram is Ishvara Srishti. Bhagavan has given this Shariram. It is Vyavaharika. And because of Prarabdha Karma, a Jnani has got the body and he continues to have this body. He continues to have the pleasure, the pain experiences which the body has to undergo, that he will have. So we must understand this thing properly. What is Vyavaharika? That is, what is empirically real? It will not just go away like the rope snake. You mistake a rope for a snake. But when you bring a light, a torchlight, and you see the rope, it is a rope. It is not a snake. The moment you see that rope as a rope, then the rope snake goes away. You don't see the snake. You get jnana. The snake goes away. So the jnanam of a rope being a rope, it drives away the idea that it is a snake. Whereas here, this body being Vyavaharika Satta, it doesn't just disappears like the rope snake. When I see the Satyam rope, snake disappears. The rope is Satyam and snake is not Satyam, it is not real, it disappears. But when I see the Satyam clay, the pot doesn't disappear. When I see the clay as the Satyam, when I see a pot, I know it is made of clay. The clay is Satyam. It doesn't mean that pot will disappear. Your vision of seeing the pot as clay is because of jnana. Because you see it as clay doesn't mean that pot will disappear. The pot will continue to remain. So, therefore, understand the difference between the two examples. One is my creation, the other is Ishvara's creation. My creation of seeing a rope as a snake, that goes away in the wake of knowledge. Whereas the pot, which is made of clay, when I get the knowledge that pot is nothing but the clay, the pot doesn't disappear. It is Ishvara's creation. Therefore, body is Vyavaharika. It is empirically real, created by Bhagavan, Ishvara. Therefore, it doesn't disappear. Like when you see the snake, when you get the rope knowledge, the snake disappears. Like that, it doesn't disappear. The shariram will be there. Therefore, when I come to understand I am Satchit Ananda Atma, when I come to understand that I am Satchit Ananda Brahmatma, that Ajnanam and Ajnana born that notion, Akam Karta, Akam Bhokta, all these things goes away. But the body continues to be there. The mind continues to be there. The senses continue to be there. The whole Karya Karana Sangata, it continues to be what it is. Because the whole thing was given to me at the time of my birth to exhaust my prarabdha karma. So it will continue to be. The body is Mithya, and the Mithya body will continue to be like the pot. And the Mithya doer, the Karta, with reference to karma done by Jnani, that also continued to be there. The Kartrutvam is Mithya. Suppose if the Jiva knows I am Satchidananda Atma, suppose if the Jiva, he comes to know that I am Satchidananda Atma, and Jiva also disappears like the snake, then what will happen? Then there will be no Jivan Mukta, there will be no one to teach you. There will be no Guru, there will be no Shishya, and there is no Moksha possible, there is no Parampara possible. But a Jnani doesn't disappear after knowledge. It continues to exist. Because the body is Ishvara Srishti, Bhagavan created. And therefore it behaves in the manner as it is supposed to be. And it has come, the body has come to give certain experiences to the indweller of the body. Until then, the body will continue to exist. Unless the body is abused, till the exhaustion of prarabdha karma, the body will remain. Therefore, Bhogadeva prarabdha karmanaha kshayaha bhavati. This is a rule. This is a nyaya. Until the exhaustion of the body, until the exhaustion of karma, prarabdha karma, the body continues to exist. So we give an example of an arrow released from the bow. An arrow, once you release from the bow, it will keep traveling. It will not stop in the middle. You cannot put a sudden brake and stop anywhere it likes. Until it hits a target, until it meets with any obstruction in the path, it will travel. It will not stop. Even if there is any obstruction, and if the obstruction is not a greater obstruction, then it will pierce through the obstruction and it will keep on moving. So you don't have any control over the momentum gained by the arrow. Once you release from the bow, it moves on. It continues to travel. So the prarabdha karma is also like that. The prarabdha karma, it has been released from the bow of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the karma paladata. So to this jiva, Bhagavan has given this prarabdha karma and it has been released from the arrow according to the law of karma, and therefore the karma, it has to move on, it has to continue. So once the arrow is released from the bow of Bhagavan, Bhagavan is the archer. He is the archer, and the arrow is the jiva with the sharira. So once it is released from the bow, it means the jiva yatra has started, and the jiva yatra, it has to go on till it's the target. The target is the time of departure, death. So once it is released, it means birth. The jiva takes birth, and the yatra will continue till the momentum of karma remains. The yatra will continue. When the momentum reduces, then that is the end of the yatra. So therefore, Bhagavan has already set up the momentum by the karma, the momentum of prarabdha karma. That may be 100 years or 50 years, we don't know. But Bhagavan has done. So therefore, till that karma is exhausted, sharira, whatever the type of sharira, that it has to be continue. So therefore, a jnani has to experience, and jnani has to experience the sukha dukkha with the body with what he has taken birth. And knowing that Agam Brahma, that is not going to change the physical body, nor the body will disappear. What happens is only the notion, Agam Karta, the doership will go. That Agam Karta, that Kartrutvam of the Jiva, that will go. Whereas Ishvara created body will be there, and Ishvara created Kartrutvam also will be there. What I mean is, suppose you are a jnani, you see an object, you hear a sound, you eat. So all these are this karta. The karta is, for seeing there should be a seer, for hearing there should be a hearer, for eating there should be eater. So for any action there should be a doer. So this is nothing, this is Vyavaharika Ahankara, and this Ahankara has got no problem. And subject object difference is there, therefore a jnani sees, a jnani hears, a jnani eats, and that is not opposed to your knowledge of Brahman. So that is what the understanding is. And the person whose ajnanam goes away in the wake of knowledge, he doesn't have the kartrutvam, but this vyavaharika kartrutvam continues because it is being Ishvara Srishti. That person who is a Jivan Mukta, he continues his life, he has to continue his life till his prarabdha is exhausted. Once prarabdha is over, once prarabdha is over by experience, now there is no punarjanma for him. There is no rebirth for him. That is the difference between a jnani and an ajnani. I hope you understood the flow of discussion. And what happens to his Sanchitam and Agami, that will be discussed, and that we will see in the next class. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।
Thank you, Jay.
இப்ப டவுட் நான் கேளுங்கம்மா.